Winter arrived this morning, somewhat unexpectedly. I did look at the weather report because I'm obsessed, obviously, with checking my weather app on my phone, but I didn't realise it was going to plummet quite this quickly. So I woke up this morning to rain, and then it started raining again this afternoon. It's not stopped, and the weather forecast is looking at like down to single figures by the end of the week. Don't know if it's going to stay like that or not. I mean, last year it was sunny and warm and delightful until pretty much the end of October, but all the youngsters at work have been saying this weather isn't normal, it shouldn't be like this. So maybe it's a good thing that it's reverted to something slightly more normal. But honestly, I've bought pumpkin-shaped decorations and autumnal things, and seriously considering putting a YouTube video of a crackling fire on and reading a book. It's the only problem with modern apartments. You can't huddle down in front of a fire because there isn't one. So yeah, it was a bit of a shocker, especially since yet again we're not ready. I cleaned out the woodshed this weekend and made sure there was space, but we've got about 3 days worth of wood. We've got an awful lot of wood. It just all needs cutting and stacking. We've got loads. We just need to do something with it. And of course, the behemoth that is the extension has taken up the last 4 months of our life. So we've got nowhere with doing anything like that. But Chris says he's going to do some this week, so that's good. This weekend has been a really funny one because I had a work function on Friday night, so I didn't set off till Saturday morning, and I was absolutely knackered. So for a Saturday, just a massive wipeout. I didn't even manage to go out for a drink, which I always do on a Saturday night. So I've not seen anyone for 2 weeks now, apart from Chris. It's nice to see Chris. We went shopping for a little while. We're looking for curtains. The curtains in this country seem to come in massively long lengths. So they're all like 260, 300 centimetres long. The ones in my apartment, like this apartment's got quite high ceilings, but even those are scraping on the floor. And they're right, like the curtain rail's right at the top. And, I assume you're supposed to hem them yourself, but me and hemming is not a thing that would go well. So I think we're going to have to, a few years ago, I went to a shop in Svishtov where they make them for you if you give them the measurements. I think we're going to have to do that. At the moment, Chris is just nicking curtains from all over the house so he can make his cinema room more dark and cinema-y. And I said, it's dark by 7 o'clock. Why do you need to do that? And he said, and I totally get where he's coming from. He said, I just get spooked in case a shadow goes past the window or something, which I understand because when I've been there on my own and it's been dark, I have to scoot round and draw the curtains in case the piles of mass murderers and dangerous animals out there that weren't there until it went dark and then suddenly appeared in my garden. So yeah, I get that, but I think we're going to have to do that next weekend because I was fit for nothing this Saturday. When we got back, the dogs had trashed the new couch. They'd chewed the edge off one of the cushions. So Chris went spare, quite rightly. They can't help it. Puppies, when we had Ellie as a puppy and we said time and time again, what have we done? We'll never do this again. And here we are again. So Chris has cleared out one of the barns and put some blankets down, put a light in there. And as it turns out, we didn't go out Saturday night because I was gibbering with exhaustion. But if we had done, the pups would have had to go in there. I don't think it's a cruelty. They're warm, they're safe and secure. It just means they can't chew anything up. And it's all safe. We've taken anything vaguely dangerous out of it so they can't hurt themselves. So, yeah, that's the next stage. Poor little buggers. They can't help it. And they'll stop it eventually. They'll grow out of it. Saturday was wiped out, which meant Sunday I had a lot to do. I put my winter bulbs in, spring bulbs. So even though winter is coming, I'm looking forward to spring already. I put tulips, narcissus, some other things I can't pronounce in. Just threw them all in randomly. I say through, the ground was so hard, it was like you practically needed a pickaxe to dig a hole. I don't think they're in deep enough, but we'll see. But at least it's rained today, there as well as here. So that should soften the ground up and bed them in quite nicely. Then after I'd done that, I tidied the woodshed up. And after I'd done that, I had a bit of a bonfire in the barbecue, which I know isn't ideal, but you know, we don't know how else to get rid of our garden waste. I compost as much as I can, but my compost bin is overflowing because I've put all my veg waste in there. And sometimes if you can't find somewhere for it to mulch down, you got to burn it. There is a rumour that there is a green waste site somewhere on the edge of the village. I just need to find it because that would be preferable for me. Although someone will probably burn it there. You know, it's, some kid at school said the other day, we might have a lot of solar power, but other countries pay us to burn their waste. So not that ecologically friendly. So yeah, not a great deal going on. The extension's nearly done now. The outside of it's tiled, needs a bit of paint again on the steps because there weren't enough tiles left. But the top's tiled and the step down into the kitchen's tiled. And Chris has painted the door frame and the window frames like a deep brown. I think it looks really nice. He's not sure about it. I've got some more cushion sofa covers on order to protect the couch from the dogs. So we can get on with other things now, like tiling the patio and chopping wood, and the chimney needs cleaning. So yeah, it's not been very exciting. It never is really, is it? This is more my thing than anybody else's, I think. And that's it. Driving continues well so far, touch wood. I've had no problems there. Buying autumnal lights and things because it's autumn. So I'll catch you next week where maybe things will be more interesting, but probably not. We're probably beginning that part of the year where I just talk about wood all the time. That's it. I haven't got anything to say. The euro. I'm confused by the euro. I went to Pepco, and in Pepco they have the prices in about 6 different currencies. And the sticker, because by law in Bulgaria now, you have to display the price of things first in leather and then in euros on the 195 exchange rate that they've fixed. So the sticker for what I bought said 9 leather or for €60. But the euro price on the box, assuming you were buying in a Eurozone country, was 5 lev. So does that mean we'll be paying 40 statinky more for everything? €5. So it looks like we'll be paying more when the euro comes in, which is what people said would happen. Anyway, just thing to think about. It's not a cheap country, definitely not a cheap country. So on that cheerful note, I'm really tired. I'm not sleeping very well. So I'm a bit bleh this week. And on that cheerful note, I'll love you and leave you and treat you to 10 minutes of me waffling on about garden stuff. Any questions, reach out. Peace out. This was Saturday. It started off peacefully enough. Didn't stay peaceful, unfortunately. Right, this is the puppy-caused chaos we've just walked into because we dared to go out shopping for an hour or so. Plus, they've chewed the end off the couch. So Chris is currently emptying a barn out to make a place for them to be when it is the house has not got people in it. Anyway, in other news, I've been to Pepco and I've bought 2 of these amusingly cacti-shaped candle holders. So I've lit some candles. So that's exciting. I'm so tired today. And also I went to IKEA this week and these are my boot holders, which I can either have side by side or one on top of the other. So that's that. And I really would like to put my coat stand back in here, but I'm not sure it's going to happen. And Chris has decided he likes the table and chairs here, and I think I agree. So we're thinking if we buy a unit, we'll put it against that wall instead. That's what we've done. That's it. Chris has cleared a whole space out. It looks quite nice, actually. It's he's made a little doggy palace. I'll show you. So, Puppy's the most perturbed about it. He's just putting everything away. Coming to show everybody the doggy palace. This, by the way, is our skip heap. When we're finally finished, we're getting a skip. Oh, Nell, you're in my way. Ah! It's a bloody dog, isn't it? Dogs, all the time, dogs. So, obviously going to put these windows and things away, but there we go. Little dog house. We even put a light in it for them. And it's all secure, all the walls and everything. Hopefully they'll be all right in there for an hour or two if we ever go out. Oh, right, happy Sunday, everyone. Here I am in my very messy greenhouse, which I am going to be clearing out soon, but I've got this tiny melon that still needs to be nurtured, and this, whatever that is, that still needs to be nurtured. And I've just picked 3 chilies from these brave little plants that are very dehydrated because it doesn't get watered all week. But it is a terrible mess in here, and the weather and cats, I would say, has had one of my windows. So when that turns ripe, I've got another one that fell off its stalk and it's going orange. I'm not sure what it is. When that goes ripe and the tiny melon changes colour, this is all getting pulled up and I'll tidy it up. Today I am going to plant my bulbs finally, because it's the end of September. How has that happened? And tidy the woodshed up because it's a bit of a mess. So that's my plan. Everything else is up now. It's just the tomatoes to come up. Everything's up and trimmed and ready for winter. And we're going to start chopping wood this week because everybody's getting their wood deliveries this week. And a leaf just fell off a tree to remind me that it's autumn. It is the end of September. I may have gone slightly overboard, but I was going to try and do something really clever with colours, but I'm not clever enough, so I'm just going to throw them all in randomly. I've got a mix of tulips and narcissus, and these things, don't know what they're called. I'm going to put them there and there. I'm going to do that now. I am. I'm going to do that now. You can just see over there, Mandy really likes that bonfire pile. I feel like I shouldn't burn it because Mandy enjoys it so much. And Lola. They're both, look at us on a pile, aren't we clever? It's a problem with planting bulbs, there's not a lot to show for it, is there? But anyway, they are planted. The ground is like rock. We really need some rain. I think there's some due today. I'm hoping it doesn't do it while I'm driving, because those flash floods in Romania scare me to death. Anyway, woodshed. Woodshed is my next one. Oh, Chris is putting curtain rails up. We can't find any curtains, though. They all seem to be really, really long. Like, I assume you're supposed to hem them yourself, but that would not go well with me. I am not a domestic goddess. So, woodshed. I'm not doing anything ambitious. I'm just getting everything tidied up so that right at the back, where all that cardboard is for some reason, that's where our wood pile will begin. This will still need chopping up, but we've got like 3/4 of it gone. It's just keeps coming back. And I'll just tidy these piles up because they were in a nice neat pile, but it's collapsed. So that's my job now. Apparently all our chainsaws are blunt, so I can't be chopping anything. Quite hard to concentrate there, really, listening to you running around on the roof of the woodshed like a nut job. Right, okay, that didn't take long. I might do some burning. Might burn some garden rubbish. Puppies are stuck somewhere because they're idiots. What's the matter? That's that particular drama over. Mandy nearly lost her ear tag there. Going under a fence. Got her free. Must have hurt. She's not learnt though. She's gone running off.
They're impossible to keep in. They're ruining our lives, these dogs, but we do love them. Right, yeah. So worst case scenario, we've got enough wood for a couple of days. And Chris promises me he's going to start chopping this weekend. And this week rather, and I'll do some next weekend. Got to get ready. End of summer, beginning of autumn. Already pinpointing my trees for destruction for next year. It's not that I don't love trees, I do, but I want the ones that are supposed to be there to breathe. Also, I think it's nearly hitting a walnut tree with a stick time. I reckon that'll be next week. Those leaves are starting to turn yellow. There, I've done it. There's a lot more to burn, but I've done that pile. And apparently, I've just seen that there is a green waste area somewhere. I just have no idea where it is. So I might try and find that and take some stuff up there. Because I don't like burning. It's not a nice thing to do. But when we don't have green bins, I'm not sure what the alternative is, to be honest.